Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, My Life by Miss Salina. Hopefully you will like what you see and come back for more. This is the first time I am doing these videos, so bear with me, I am learning. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get more videos. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today we are going to be freezing okra. And everything that you'll need is a cup of flour, a cup of cornmeal. I use pink Himalayan salt and 3 eggs. And of course you can't forget the okra. Okay, let's get started. Now, I saved a lot of the boring details on cutting a lot of it. So I cut most of it up for the video so we wouldn't have to spend 20 minutes of me cutting. But I'll show you how to do it. Take the end off. Like that. Take that end off and cut about a ½ inch cubes. And I take the pointy part off the front too. And you do that with all of them, about a ½ inch cube each. Some people like the pointy part, so if you like it, leave it. Okay. This is simple to freeze. Because you may not want the okra right now, but if you've got a plant and it produces so much okra that you can't cook it up all at once, why not freeze it? You can freeze breaded okra like this that we're going to do, or just freeze it without breading it and save it for stews and soups and things like that. But we're going to bread it for fried breaded okra. Whoops, I dropped this. Okay. So here we've got ½ inch cubed okra. And the first thing that I will do is take the flour and work in batches and coat it really good in this flour. Really good. Because what you do is after you coat it in this flour is you'll put it on a cookie sheet in single layers, so it can soak up that sliminess, and let that sit for about 10 minutes. Because all that flour will soak up all that. So when you go to the next step, it'll be easier. And it's not so slimy when you cook it. I will get this all done and I will bring you back when I'm done. Okay, I'm back. Now this is how it should look. You just flour it and put it on a shingle baking sheet and let it sit for about 10 minutes to soak up all that gooiness. After 10 minutes, we'll dip it back in the flour again. So we will let this sit for 10 minutes. I'll bring you back when that is all done. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Now the next step that we have to do is put it in the flour again. And we do again in stages. I guess I better get the eggs ready because that is going to be the next step. Let's get rid of this knife. Okay, whisk the eggs up just a little bit, and I add just a tad bit of milk, just to thin it out just a little bit. Just a little. Whisk that up real good. Now, let's finish. Put them back in the flour, a little at a time. I got a second baking sheet here for after they're breaded. Just mix it up like this. Get it all coated again. And try to get as much of the flour off as you can, but make sure they're all coated nicely. And put them in your egg mixture. Oops. Little bit at a time. Make sure they're nice and coated in that egg. Now I put the salt already in the cornmeal. Now you gotta drain it pretty good. Make sure all that egg is nice and coated. And put it in your cornmeal. And yes, I use my hands. It seems to be the best for me. You can use slotted spoons, whatever you want to use. But I use my hands. Coat it real nicely in this cornmeal. Because when you fry it up, this cornmeal is what will make it nice and crispy. And lay them back on the baking sheet in a single layer. Okay. A few more pieces. Whoops. Sorry. Goes in the egg. That's what happens when you got doing more than one thing at a time. Coat them real good again. Put them in your egg mixture. Nice and coated. Because this egg mixture is what will make the cornmeal stick real good to it. I just shake it up a little bit to get it started. Make sure every piece is coated. If any of it's sticking together, unstick them and make sure they're coated. See, like this one was sticking together. It's got a little bit of just the flour on it. Unstick it and dip it in your cornmeal. And layer it out in a single layer. Now, to save you time from being bored of watching me put it all on this baking sheet, I'll bring you back when I'm done for the next step. Okay? See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. Now, all you have to do after you bread it in the cornmeal is freeze it for at least 10 minutes, preferably 30 minutes to an hour. Or you can even leave it in the freezer overnight. Now, I've already done that to save time, and I'm going to show you how I bag it up. You can bag it up in a Ziploc baggie and just put it in your freezer. And that will store perfectly good for several months. But I have a food saver, so it will last even longer. So here we go. I'm going to bring you around to my food saver. Okay. Now, you just take a little bag and you put them all in your food saver bag. You can do little batches at a time, just enough for whatever you're going to eat at the time. Which that's about good for one meal for a couple people. Now bear with me, this is an old food saver, so it takes a while and it's loud. So okay, that's nice and sealed, and you can just put that in your freezer. Okay, I'm going to cut another piece off and do a little more. If I can get it in there. Put it to the end here. Seal the bottom. Nice and sealed. Now, depending on how long you froze this, you might need to work fast to keep it frozen. I did not leave it in the freezer for very long, so I need to work a little fast. If you leave it overnight, you can take a little longer. I think that's good for another meal. There's only 4 of us here, and after we do this, I got a little bonus. So, almost done. Sometimes you think that might be a little too much. You can cut some of that excess off. Put it down there in your little handy dandy thing there. Close that and seal it. One day I'll get a new food saver, but until then this one works. Okay, there you go. Now you can just store this in the freezer for several months and just bring it out when you're ready to eat it, thaw it out, and fry it up. I'm going to put it in the freezer and I'll be right back. Okay, now let's get this fixed here. Sorry about this. There we go. The little extra that I was going to show you is I have a nice little Ninja Foodie. And I'm going to fry some up right now, air fry. Show you how to do it that way. And that way you don't have to cook in all that grease. So first, you take a little bit of your cooking spray. Now you can do this frozen too. You do not have to do it fresh, but it's nice fresh. It's very good fresh. But once you coat it all with your cornmeal and flour and egg, you'll take it and spray it real good with some oil. And put it in your air fryer. Single layer. Whoops. Sometimes they fall through. Just pick it up. It's good to put a little bit of parchment paper in there, which I should have done. This only takes just a few minutes to cook. You close this air fryer up. Excuse the phone. So, hold on. Excuse the phone. Sorry. Press on. Air crisp. 390 is good for about, I'd say, 5 minutes. Keep an eye on it though, because it don't take a complete 5 minutes. And we'll bring you right back when it's done. And I'll show you the end result. Okay, I'm back now. Now, I put it on for an extra 5 to 8 minutes, I believe, just to get that nice crispy golden brown color. Okay. Just gotta take a few out of here. They're real hot. But look at these. How nice and golden they are. They're hot. Very hot. So, they got a nice crispiness to them. And oh, so yummy. So, I would try one right now, but it's too hot to put in my mouth. So, that's all you have to do. So, and it is a wonderful snack that you can have and not with all the grease. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll have some more good recipes for you. Have a good day. Thank you, and don't forget that notification bell. Thank you.